Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Kacey-Ann.
And I'm your host, Rogena, and you're tuned in to the Kacey-Ann and Rogena Podcast. Hi, Casey. We're back again,
We're back again.
They missed we last week.
Yeah, look at scheduling conflict and struggles.
I know I'm like, so not check in with us until I ask, we say, why we never record nothing? No, why we not put out nothing? So we say, we not keep up.
But people, we need enough for comment on the stuff them, we need enough for comment on the record, the podcast each week.
3/4 hour, no, message me on WhatsApp.
Yes.
So the people put that energy in the comment section below.
Yes. Thanks for emailing us personally, but we want to know for comment in the comment section.
We want to get the engagement up and we think.
Yeah. And if you have any ideas on want to push out there, push it out there and let us know.
Yes. So today we have a very interesting topic to get into. We're going to talk about cultural issues. We're like an island, we're like about with Talawa, we have a lot going for us, good and bad. And I just want to tell you about the good because, people, if you say, for example, you love a family member, you got always want to tell them when they're wrong.
Yes.
You're not going to just always tell them when they're right. So same thing with the country, Jamaica. We have a little issues here and there.
Yeah.
So today we're going to speak on it. All right. So have you ever experienced either colorism or classism in Jamaica?
Colorism, maybe, I'm not even say maybe, yes, but it wasn't in front of my face. But classism, though, I experienced both behind me, beside me, in front of my face. Like certain environment that you're in, they look down on you. If you live in certain environment when you're applying for jobs, you're not going to get it based on your address. So
really?
Yes. So what my sister used to tell me that if I'm looking for a job in like Olaba, use her address. Yeah. When I was living in Seaview Garden, I did not get a job when I left out of I went to a training institute. So, but even when I left there, I thought I would get a job and, but I did not because number one, I'm in a career field that is men dominated, right? So it's harder. Then I live into an environment that they say you come from this, so you just carry attitude, not attitude, but you don't have the class that they're looking for. You don't have that approach that they're looking for. That's what they're saying, and they don't know that people who live in the ghetto do have that class that they're talking about.
We know if we switch it on and off, sometimes we have a certain behavior, and at the same time, we also know how for some people from the ghetto, they know how to survive, So them know say, all right, maybe where I come from might be a problem to other people. So them kind of have this thing where them don't even realize, but them know how to switch on certain behaviors.
So it was more that colorism, me never face it that much. So me can't talk as much, but me know me experience a lot of classism. So it even push me, even if I have a little wall when you approach certain people, because I can't go in any environment and them don't know where I come from. Because even in United States here, people think I'm American, but I am not. I'm a Jamaican. Them say, oh, you don't look like me say, Jamaica have a look? They don't. So my experience classism everywhere I go. But not
is it
colorism.
Is it that I know I've heard a situation, I don't know if this is in Jamaica. You would more have to tell me about that. But I've heard certain situation where you might have to, like when you call, you might have to talk a certain way, or you might have to use a not say wrong name, but something that would have sound more. Because some people, for example, let me just put it out there. Say like your name, Sharkeisha, or this or that.
Well, hold on. A lot of people, no, the Jamaicans name, the names in Jamaica is not out of the way. That's one thing I know. So nobody no dead in a name, no Benz and no Now, Bendelina
Mercedes.
or Mercy. No, no, no. No. Most of the names are like based on your age group. That's how the names are. But I know that the names are not outrageous. So
But
even if
either
you
way, though, that's the issue right there. I don't think your name's supposed to dictate your ability at the end of the day.
exactly, but the name doesn't. And you're gonna talk about this more. Your color, based on certain positions you want, the color of your skin have to be what they want to see, which is lighter tone.
The lighter skin tone. Exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
when you say you never really experience colorism in Jamaica, for me, it's not necessarily, it's not always directed towards me.
Mm-hmm.
When I say all right, I've seen it a lot inside my family and outside. Let me talk about outside first. Number one, sometimes I'm watching YouTube videos and the YouTubers, and anytime it's a topic of skin, I remember Black China, she was selling some skin lining cream. So she's an American celeb.
Mm-hmm.
And in the discussion, it would have been like, oh, looking like Jamaicans. So I noticed a thing. They might link us to this big issue of skin bleaching. And it's a reason that is rooted in colorism, our skin bleaching issue. And that is
Yes.
we should have been known for that. I'm talking about many, that was just one YouTuber. But many times I'm watching YouTube videos, and anytime the topic is about skin lightening, skin bleaching, anything like that, they usually reference Jamaicans, and that is a reason why they do that.
90% of Jamaican is facing colorism indirectly.
Yes.
Why me say so? How much of them say I bleach them skin?
Yeah, because them think it's just a trendy thing, like I want chrome. That's what them call it, I want chrome, and your chrome and your skin cleany.
Oh, that them say?
Yeah, them the thing them say, and them just feel like it's a cool thing. It becomes a cool thing, but people need to go to the root of that. If you're naturally not like that complexion, but you're aiming for a complexion, lighter complexion people, that is colorism. Mm-hmm. You're not liking your own dark skin. You're not liking your own complexion.
Yeah.
I don't care if this one blemish free, enough I know. A lot of you guys hide it under the fact that, oh, you just want a clean skin and blemish free. Blemish free does not equate to me being 10 shades lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I know I said the blemish disappear from the first lightning. So and you can cut that out.
And you know what? They're not not even go off course, but most of them not recognizing that if you take care of your skin, your true color, because most Jamaicans don't see them true color because we're always in the sun.
Yes.
You're right. So even if you have a lighter skin tone, you're always in the sun. So the sun is burning your skin a little bit. Yes. And if what skin used to it because we're born in it, but it is also not good for us. So, but them not recognize it, like take care of your skin too. You will see your true skin color. No matter what you do, you could have been dark like scandal, but you will be just fine. Take care of your skin.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to show you, said that is a form of colorism, because anything, let me tell you the definition of colorism I will have. Prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Hey. In other words, una against our own people, una judging the people, bring down our own people. So when I say, all right, indirectly, I see it a lot. I'm the type of person, I pick up on either the slightest, what would I call it now, or the slightest insult. Sometimes I want to say things and I don't think people would have picked up. Well, I'm the type of person who I pick up on the slightest of things. And I just don't like certain terms in people's vocabulary. I don't like when I'm just, all right, if they give a compliment, I'm saying anybody. When I say because you're dark skin, you can't give a compliment to a lighter person. If somebody is pretty, you can say they're pretty. You don't have to say you're brown and pretty. Why it have to start off with the complexion?
Your complexion. Because it's so submerged in our culture because of as to what motto is out of many one people.
Yes.
We have so much culture mixed in the Jamaican culture. You have people from Australia, you have people from Japan, you have people from Colombia, Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela. Every part of the country there is, somebody is there in Jamaica.
Black, white, Chinese, you can find.
You can find them. And
yes,
they speak, their language tone, we're gonna get into this too, is like, it's like they're born there, and which is true. Most of them are born there. Their family migrate and come to Jamaica, right? But it's a big problem in Jamaica, and up to today, it is still a big problem because bleaching skin in Jamaica is so, it's like a way of life.
That is the real pandemic.
That is the real pandemic, and they don't need to know that they're messing up their skin.
And people don't think that as a dark skin person, I go feel better if you come to me and be like, you're pretty for a dark skin girl. Or don't think that I go feel good if you talk bad about a lighter complexion by saying she ugly for one light skin girly. What that's supposed to mean? So light skin people are always pretty.
And the dark skin always
and dark skin
ugly.
girls always ugly. So when you see a pretty dark skin girl, no, she pretty for a dark skin girl, that cannot be right. That is rooted in colorism.
Because me see people face more colorism and me experience more classism. That is the, you know, it's the tattletale of it. Me see more people experience it than me experience. But me know say, based on the direction that I'm going in my life, it's based on that experience that I face. I said, I don't want people to see me like that, you know? So I say, yo, I have to step up my game. I have to change certain things that I'm doing, which it kind of do it for the good because I want better for myself, but I don't want to end their class because their class is not going to fit me because I'm not stuck up like them. I'm not like, because you come from that area, I'm not going to talk to you or I'm not going to give you a job. Once you're competent or qualified to do the job, you're going to get it.
And that's all it's supposed to be based on.
Because most of these people that live in the high class society, they can't do the job because they go off of their class. That's all they get where they is.
And get too comfortable because they feel like that alone is enough to suffice anything.
It's more lighter skin tone people they say, have those opportunity. But even now, the darker skin tone is getting there and they are behaving like they don't remember where they're coming from.
I'm glad you bring up that point because some darker skin, when them reach into certain places, them join lighter skin people as well as some other dark skin people who bring down dark skin people. Them join them and forget where they were coming from. Forget so them face the same type of struggles elsewhere outside of work. Because one thing, you can't forget where you come from.
No, there's a place and time for everything, right? You see, if you deal with business, you cannot come run joke. Me and you cannot talk patois and we still a deal with business. It's maybe that's our lingo and that's the way we do business. But you know, there's a time and place. You can't just a joke up and I say, why, blah, 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 you know?
Yes.
At the same time, you know, if you're talking to somebody, the person have to understand. If you're conducting business,
exactly,
the person have to understand what you're saying. So not even say like, you talk out of the way. Long as the person can understand what you're saying, you're good. And this is what we're talking about. Like, we Jamaicans speak Patois, right? And back then, Patois was seen as the bad language.
It still is.
And it still is.
It still is. Speak properly now and those things. And that's just damaging. Because for one, let me give you this example. When I went to uni outside of Jamaica, everybody was so fascinated by my, like, they must say, like, speak Patois again, speak it.
And you feel
say something in Patois, say something in Patois. And you're like, whoa, like people outside of your culture appreciate it so much. Yeah.
And you start to feel uncomfortable. They used to say, I like how you talk. And I said, talk Patois no? I mean, I said, I feel so, it's like, I say, I can't just talk it like that. It's just have to just embedded in my conversation. It's going to feel weird when I say, wagwan and blah.
But you know, the thing is though, for me, I never feel uncomfortable. I was actually proud. I couldn't wait for talk Patois. Like, the reason why I said that, because it just for see the love. It shouldn't take people outside of your culture for really make it appreciate the culture.
Yeah. And
that is what make us Jamaicans, or we talk, or we dance, or we this, that.
Vibe.
Everything, yeah. It's not one thing and leave out the other.
But one thing what I
them
see
like how we talk, them like that is one of the biggest thing for our culture. If you go outside of Jamaica, you hear a lot of people Patois or wagwan or yaman, even though
Yeah, man. Yeah,
people,
their
even though that not
favorite.
say right.
Yeah, man. But
Yaman.
one thing I see that is getting very upsetting, why people have to appreciate our culture for us to appreciate it? Why is that? Why
And
we
I'm
can't
not saying,
appreciate it? Why we can't appreciate it? Not first, but why we just cannot appreciate it?
and I'm not saying that we're not supposed to learn standard English, because I say for communication purposes, like we're supposed to can have a conversation with people outside of our culture. So I understand the need to, learn standard English. But at the same time, don't like talk so bad about patois. Don't look down on people who talk.
But I was reading that while we speak Patois or Creole in Jamaica, they say it's the slave for them to communicate, the slave owners not to recognize what they're
Yes, I've
speaking.
read that.
I read, yes.
Before.
I know that you speak a certain language, which it can be in dialect or singing. So they combine stuff and they teach themselves a language. I spoke to my sister about this. I was like, why Patois cannot becomes a standard English? She said, because Patois are the words that you speak can spell different ways. So it's very hard to teach somebody say what a what. The what can spell different. The what can spell
WAH, WA.
exactly, or WAH. So she said it's very hard. But I said they need to push it, because when it's going to certain schools in Jamaica and they start to speak Patois, the kids them get more entertained than when you just speak. You need to sit down right there and put yourself together. They're not
You want
they
them to engage, I try to
and
say.
yes, engage, like willing to learn different things. Don't limit themselves. So once you can engage them in what you're talking about, you're widening up their vocabulary, their thinking, and say, yo, because I see somebody that is speaking my language. So they're not looking down on me.
Mm-hmm. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like why patois frowned upon sometimes, or by some people, is because the same classism thing. Usually people from my experience, people from a higher social class usually speak more standard English. So I guess them associate standard English with like uppity. And, people who speak patois, you just, already it.
Yes.
But it's with culture, people.
It's
Our culture.
It's
We have to
embedded
embrace
there.
it.
And then you have different tone of how people speak Patois in Jamaica, because if you go like different areas of the country area, you hear the dialect change. It's still Patois, but it changed throughout. But yeah, it's more the persons who they call themselves of higher class that's looked down and frowned upon on Patois.
And just to get back a little on the colorism piece, like I mentioned that some of it I experienced it like within my family, because some people in my family are very light complexion, some darker. And for me, I embrace everybody.
It's all about the attitude.
At the end of the day, all of we look beautiful. All of we look good. So you having that in your family, it kind of cause friction, because this side of the family, the darker side, I pick up on the favoritism. I pick up on the favoritism of the lighter side. And it's like not just that you say certain thing that's damaging and it's going to cause friction within the family. It's going to. You know what I mean? It like the terms like this person definitely belongs to us. So who the darker side of people, who them belong to? Them something they're supposed to happen outside their family. You can't feel uncomfortable inside their family as well.
Yeah. So you see that, you see what I say? Like I face classism in my family, my side of family, but on both sides, on both my mother's side, father's side. But what my mother always explained to me, say, we as brothers and sisters stick together. No matter how far we are apart, check up on each other. My extended families are examples of what I should not do. Meaning, do not treat people based on their class. You treat them based on their attitude towards you or towards other people, how they carry themselves. Come always say you could have been dirt poor, right? But you need to be clean. Take your shower, whatever shower you can take. All if you bathe with one cake soap, you wash the areas, and you be clean. Cause nobody not know say you're poor. But it's all you behave and carry yourself. So,
and this might sound cliche, but we're literally stronger together. We're not gonna bring about change if we don't come together. Light skin, if it's wrong, stand up feet. Don't just be boosted by the compliment. And I see some light skin people doing that, like pointing out them like an undertone.
Yeah.
You know, them. I see some people pointing it out. That is how we're going to fix certain issue.
Because I
just want to present the problem, and don't present the solution. Here, one of the solution. Speak up when you're wrong. Not even if it's in favor of you. You're going to speak up when it's wrong. Don't take them backhanded compliment there. Don't feel special if somebody say, "Oh, you're pretty fair," but you feel like, "Oh, you're an exception." No.
Yeah. We talk about this to get certain words out of your vocabulary. And you stop yourself from using it. Like, some people are trying to stop themselves from using the N-word, Negro, and nigger. I'm glad I don't use it as much. But I am trying to get some things too out of my vocabulary. So that do help.
I try to get out the pretty ear thing. I find either softer texture or different texture, whatever the case may be. I don't know all the right words yet, but I try to remove certain things from my vocabulary. Because I always tell you this case, if this ear pretty, then what is this other texture called? Or what is it supposed? You know what I mean? So I'm just like, certain things we just want to remove. Unlearn. Just want to unlearn them.
Because if you get something correct, means it's not wrong. You understand what I mean? Say? So it's like, if you say this kind of texture ear pretty, then every ear should be pretty.
Yeah, don't just describe one texture as pretty. Even if you don't say the other texture ugly, the people people. If you refer to this as pretty, the opposite of pretty. So it's not rocket science. Like people, as me say, a solution, we're stronger together. Come together and fight it. Jamaica too powerful, too talawa for make certain things define us. Like, we don't want known for no skin bleaching thing. Oh, like Jamaicans. No, we don't want to be known for things like backwards like that.
Yeah, Jamaicans, we need to help one another. Help one another, because that's how we can be successful. No matter what class or color you are, you know what we motto say? Out of many one people. We are mixed up of so many ethnic background that melting in our Jamaican culture. So no matter how Jamaicans is all over the world, but most of them tend to stay far from each other because of how they treat one another. You understand? So we have to help one another to be better.
Exactly.
You don't have to shame nobody. You call them to the side and say, "Yo, you could have addressed that better." I know.
And it starts from when, and certain things start from when you're young. Like, just don't put nothing damaging into kids' head. Like, they know them get old and then become the wrong example.
Because the longer you teach somebody something, is the more it's embedded in them.
So just for wrap up with the class thing, no matter what background, no matter where you come from, if you're competent, you're just competent.
Did I state the meaning of classism? I did not. I just stated. Classism, the prejudice against or in favor of people belonging to a particular social class. It's true, but we want it not to be true.
So now that we read the definition, people, and we're about to wrap up, we want you to leave in the comments below. What are your thoughts on today's discussion? Do you agree that colorism and classism are issues in Jamaica? We want the Jamaicans them leave the comment and you can leave particular situation, anything on the experience. Just leave it in the comment section. We're going to read all of them.
And all if you are not a Jamaican and you travel in Jamaica and you identify or you observe something, share it too. We want to hear your observation.
Because as we say, at the end of the day, we don't just want state bare problems. We want some solutions.
Yeah. All right, Regina. Say your thing, Regina. Say your thing.
Until next time, people, we want you to stay alive.
Stay present. See you on the next episode.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell a friend about the Kacey-Ann and Rogena podcast.
Check us out
every Thursday
Eastern Time
at 6 p.m.